Welcome to Tuesday's Tips from Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and there are so many different sewing machine packages on the market. With every different type of fabric, we have a needle to match it. However, when we get to look at all these needles, how do we read the packages? With every different fabric, different project, different technique, there is a needle that we can get to match that. And having the right needle assures that our tension is correct and we have a stress-free sewing. There's so much information written on these little packages of needles. So let's go through what all those little numbers mean. The cards themselves are going to give us a lot of information. We usually have most of everything we need on the back. And all that information is also on these little packages. The first thing you're going to find is the name of the company. The next is the needle type, and in this case this is a package of universal, and this is a package of embroidery needles. If there's anything different about the needle, it's going to be put in that next row. For example, this is considered a chrome needle. That 130-705 is telling you it has a flat back and is made for most home machines. Here's a really big needle that I could show you what we're talking about. You'll have a round side, and then as you go over, you will have a flat side. And that flat side is designed so that it can fit in your machine, and there's no question on which way it's going to fit. It's like a key. It will only go in one way. Now, chances are your home sewing machine needle is going to need this flat back. If it's an industrial machine or a very old machine, you might have to have a needle that is round all the way around. The next is a series of two more numbers, and in this case we have a 90-14. The 90 and the 14 is actually the same measurement. That 90 measurement is the measurement that's used in most European countries. The 14 is used in North America. When you have a package of needles that has more than one size in it, you're going to have the larger number on the top, which is the European number, and the smaller number at the bottom. So that number is going to correspond to the needle that it's sitting beside. So in this case, we have 3 number 11s and 2 14s. And in this package, they're all a 14 needle. Here are 3 packages of universal needles. You can get larger packages and small packages. It's the same needle inside the package, it's just a bigger package. So we have a universal needle, and it is a chrome needle. We have that 130-705, which is our home needle. And in this case, we have the European 100 or the North American 16. So the packages will read the same, you just get more in this package. This package has an entire package of a 90-14. When you get into specialty needles, you're going to be able to get all of the information on what you're going to be needing right on that package. I can get needles for stretch knit, needles to do top stitch, needles to do quilting, and there's many, many more. We can also get packages of specialty needles, which are double needles or twin needles. Reading the packages of the twin needles are the same. We have what they're used for. In this case, it's an embroidery or a universal, and they're considered twin needles. The next series is the number. That's the 130-705, which tells us it's for our home sewing machine. And then the next 2 numbers refer to the needle. The first number, and in this case it's a 2.0, refers to the distance between those needles. It is a 2 millimeter space, and it's a 75 needle. So it's giving you the European size, which will be equal to an 11. And in this case, we have a 2.5, so we have 2.5 millimeter space, and it's an 80 needle. The larger the number, the larger the needle. So with each package of needles, we can choose the space and how big we need that needle. All of these needles you're going to be able to get in different spaces and in the different needle size. So we just need to remember the first number is that space, the second number is the size of the needle. I can get needles starting from a small size going all the way up to a large size. And that's why there looks to be so many different packages of needles. Gives us a choice on what application we're going to be needing and what size we're going to be needing. The heavier the fabric, the larger the number. I'll put a link in the description to a handout that you're going to be able to go into, and it's a guide that sort of tells you what needle will go with what fabric and the application that it's best going for. And that way, next time you go to the store to buy your sewing machine needles to go with your project or your fabric, you'll have a better knowledge on reading that package. Thank you for joining me today on Tuesday's Tips. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.